Hey there, Marguerita here with another EFT tapping video for you, and today we are simply doing a tapping to release all emotional attachment to your past and your future. Now, the thing that stops most of us from being our best selves, from achieving great things, is that we have experienced some negative event in the past and we have emotional attachments that secure that event not only in the past but then in our present, and we respond in the present because we project it into the future. Does that make sense? So just say you stood up in the class to give a speech or to read something out, and then the class all laughed at you. That would have felt shameful. It would have felt like demoralizing, belittling. You would have felt all these sort of negative emotions. And when that happens, what happens is we then take that event and the emotions attached to the event with us for the rest of our lives. And that's what stops us from stepping out of our comfort zone, from daring to go for our goals and dreams, from trying to achieve something great, is because we're afraid that we're going to experience that again. It was so incredibly uncomfortable and distressing that we don't want to put ourselves through that again. So we avoid it. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of events that have happened, big and little, in your past that you have emotional attachments to that are like umbilical cords or bungee cords almost. You can kind of get a certain way pulling against them, but eventually they're going to pull you back if you don't cut the cord and release the emotional attachment. And then what happens is, when we've got these beliefs that have developed because of those events and these thoughts and emotional attachments, we then project into the future. So our fears and our doubts are then projected into potential future events. They haven't even happened yet, but we're afraid of something happening because of our experience from the past. So what we're going to do today is use a process, or part of a process, called the intention energy process, which developed by Steve Wells and is a version of EFT tapping. So it uses the technique of EFT, but this intention energy process uses a different framework of words, which is very, very effective. So thank you, Steve Wells, for that. So what I want you to do is, the more specific you are about a particular past event, then the more effective this is going to be. You can do a general tapping, and that's what I'm going to do today, is just talk about our general past and releasing emotional attachment to our past and our future. But I highly recommend that you sift through the things that you have had affect you and you still have emotional attachment to from your past, that you know are negatively impacting on your present and your future, and that you deliberately go through those events or whatever and then release the emotional attachment using this process. But for now, we're going to just try the process on a generic kind of statement of releasing our emotional attachment to the past. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do is just get you to start by tapping on the karate chop point and repeat after me. Even though I have all these emotions and belief systems wrapped up in my past, which I project into my future, I deeply and completely love and accept all of me. Even though all these events that happened created negative emotional memories, which I've hung on to all this time, I deeply and completely love and accept who I am and how I feel right now. Even though I have all these fears, doubts, and emotions that I've brought with me to today from my past, I deeply and completely love and accept myself right now. Tapping through the point, starting with the inside of the eye. I release all emotional attachment to my past. I release all emotional attachment to the negative events of my past. I release all emotional attachment to things that have happened to me in the past. I release all emotional attachment to all past memories and events. I release all emotional attachment to my future. I release all emotional attachment to the fears, worries, and anxieties about my future. I release all emotional attachment to the stories I keep making up about my future. I release all emotional attachment to my past and my future. I release all emotional attachment to my past and my future. And I focus on the now. I choose to be fully present and focused in the now. I choose to be free of my emotions from the past and concerns and anxieties about the future. And I choose to be fully present in the now. Choose to be fully present in the now. I let go of everything from my past, and I choose to be fully present in the now. Okay, take a deep breath and release it. Deep breath, letting it go. Fantastic. How does that feel? Do you feel slight buzzing in your body? Are you yawning? Do you have any tears coming? Now, if you've done the generic version, then what I highly recommend you do is go back and choose some event from the past that may have come up. Or you can think about a place that you're stuck in your life and think, well, why am I stuck here? What has happened in my past that has caused me to be stuck here? Any patterns that you're repeating, any fears or emotions that keep resurfacing, any triggers that you have from things that people do or say or things that you see, and then find out, sort of track back to what you believe might have caused it, and then tap on that. Now, the absolute truth is that because you're experiencing it in the now, it's actually in the now. But sometimes it's not always convenient when stuff's unfolding and we're emotionally responding to it to just stop and go, oh, well, I'll just tap on this right now. It's great if you do have that opportunity. That's why I love EFT tapping so much, is because you can pull it out anywhere, anytime, if you feel comfortable doing it and if it's in an appropriate point in your life and if you're not in the middle of something. But sometimes it's important to look back at the triggered response that you had, or the reaction that you had to something, and then process it later. So you can do it retrospectively, you can do it in the present, and you can think about your fears, doubts, and stresses about the future and tap on that as well. That's why EFT tapping is just so incredibly versatile. And the reason we want to be fully present in the now, because when you are fully present in the now, you are so much more resourceful than if you are stuck in a fear and projecting into the future, or if you are remembering a version of the past, or remembering what happened in the past and having an emotional response to that. Remember, that thing that happened in the past, it happened in the past, regardless of whether it happened once or whether it happened multiple times, it still happened in the past. If it's not happening now, your emotional response to it is from your experience of the past, and you are reliving the experience of the past. Just say somebody took all your memory away, would that event then be able to affect you right here, right now? No. If they literally took your memory away, sometimes we compartmentalize memories because they're too traumatic for us to for us to remember. And if you have trauma like that, then go and get some professional help. You do not do this sort of stuff on your own. But and if you ever feel overwhelmed, then you've got to take emotional responsibility and full personal responsibility for yourself, and go and get guidance, help, and support to help you to process whatever it is that you're experiencing at the time. Yes? Okay. But the thing is that when you can release your emotional attachment to stuff that happened in the past, it can't affect you in the present, and it can't project into your future. So you are much more resourceful when you are fully in the present. You are able to make better decisions. You're able to make decisions based on the potential for you to create a great outcome rather than your fear about there being a bad outcome. Make sense? So you make decisions based on possibilities of good possibilities, positive possibilities, rather than fear about negative possibilities. I hope that makes sense. So if you would like help with any of this, if you would like me to help you to build an incredible future, I can help you to create time, money, and location freedom and build wealth in various ways. I have multiple ways I can support and assist you to do that, to make better decisions, to get better outcomes with business, with life in general. Then reach out to me. What you need to do is, there is a link below that will take you to a discovery questionnaire application form. So you need to go and register for that, fill that out, and then book a call with me, and we can have a call about where you're at right now and what you want to create in the future, and how I can support you to be able to create that, and whether we're a good fit for that. So have an amazing day. I look forward to talking to you very soon. Oh, the other thing that you can do is you can come and join our Wealth Consciousness Movement group. It's a Facebook group. It's entirely free. I do monthly challenges in there to help and guide you to be your best self and to achieve so much more than you ever imagined possible. So both of those links are in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in those groups or talking to you soon. Until next time, have a great day.